boy Reaper. Today is, what is today? Today is Monday, September the 15th. It is currently 68 degrees outside. The high today is supposed to be 91. The low is supposed to be 68. It's not supposed to rain, according to the weather, but I feel raindrops. So we're going to have to make some changes. Today we are supposed to be air layering some figs, but we're gonna have to make some changes first. Like I got a chain on, it's electric. Need to go get that from out in the yard. Wrap up this water hose, um, extension cord, just in case it rains. Right? I need to move the tiller. Uh, and after all that, we are going to air layer some figs. Oh, farmers market over the weekend was amazing. We ended up getting an elderberry from someone. You know what I'm saying? They said it looks rough, but my husband won't let me put it in the yard. Yada yada yada. Can you grow? Can you rehabilitate it? I said I've never grown it, but we can see what we can make happen though. So, let's do this first. First things first. I need to make sure I'm set up and I have everything. But like I said, first we're gonna grab this bin. Get off. Keep these slides off. We're gonna head over to the compost first. We're going to use some reclaimed soil to air layer these figs. We won't be using new soil. Look, I got my arms full. Gotta show y'all the cucumbers and the loofahs that I just passed by. Looking pretty sweet. All right, let me put this here. All right, let's do this flipper ripper. I guess I'll show you guys. Oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot my little chest harness. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to put on my chest. All right, flipper ripper. All right, we sweet potato. The queen was practicing on making some sweet potato slips. She was able to successfully get her a few. She said she gonna still plant on sweet potatoes even though it's too late. She knows it. She just wants to be able to try some sweet potato leaves. She want to see what they taste like. So what I'm doing is this is some old soil, and this is some new soil on top. This is like our seedling mix here, and then right here is just some amendments, some bone meal, blood meal, earthworm castings, and azomite. Just gonna try to give this soil a slight recharge. It wasn't heavily used, but it was used. All right, so we are not going to tour the garden this morning. And I say that as I'm walking into the garden. Well, pay attention. Look, we got our bok choy starting to come up. And what is this? Kale. Some dazzling blue kale, the tag says. That started to sprout. And I think we have a few carrots that have started to sprout. Yeah. I have a few carrots that have started to sprout. So everything's moving on for the fall, looking pretty good. I think the queen said she's gonna come in and cut down this okra to make room for some more stuff. What she said was, I don't want to call for no okra. They got flowers on it. I said, baby girl, they're gonna have flowers on them every couple of days. So just make a decision to cut them down whenever you want to cut them down. Because it's not like we don't have a ton of them out there. Y'all see them? Wait, let me zoom way out there. That's the okra. It's taller than me now. All right. But this is looking pretty good. I have to walk the garden. You know what I'm saying? I just do. And I ain't bring my little chest thing, so I ain't gonna be able to cut any okra. I guess I really meant for y'all to be watching me today, huh? And not be on my chest. But I don't know. We gonna see. I'm headed out here now to get this chainsaw. It was spitting. It wasn't supposed to rain. It was no rain in the forecast. Matter of fact, there ain't no rain in the forecast possibly until like Friday. But you know how that goes, right? Best laid plans. All right. But just to be on the safe side, we are out here in the area that we call Fallen Pines. The queen came up with that name. I love it. Fallen Pines is where we had trees cut. That's part of where we had trees cut down. We're keeping the logs to build beds, as you can see. Got this one straight. Now, later on in the week, we are going to make. I am going to make some my KNF inputs, and my Jadam inputs, my natural farming inputs to treat this soil, and we'll try to get it covered. I think we have some leaves left. I think, and we're gonna get it covered, and then try to plant some peas in it. And I'll start working on this bed. This bed back here is probably gonna be the size. Yeah, you see it. That log going right there, probably in right there. Go ahead and get that straight. And I think what I'm gonna do first with this one is notch out the edges first. Notch out the edges on the corners. Make sure everything's lined up. Roll all the logs back out. That one right there gonna be kind of difficult with that stump right there. So I'll roll that one in, till up that side, then roll it back out to it. Till up this whole area like this. I thought I was gonna have to add soil or leaves and build up the soil, but after tilling and rearranging and digging out little trenches to sit these logs in, I ended up with a pretty good bit of soil. Now we're on the slope, so that's why it kind of looks like this. It's higher up here than it is down there. It slopes away from the house. So we trying to get the bed straight. Anyway, let me stop yapping and let me let's do this. All right. Let's see if I can one hand this thing. There we go. All right, let's get my tape measure. Let's get this chainsaw. We're gonna walk this back up here, and I'm probably gonna go in the house and get my little my little kangaroo caddy, my phone holder for my chest, so I can use my hands and not leave y'all just sitting out here while I'm walking things around the yard. Okay, I don't like walking on concrete barefoot, so I'm gonna put them slides back on. You know, right? I'll walk outside barefoot all the time, but I will not. I try not to walk on man-made surfaces barefoot. All right, let's do this, and we're gonna let y'all look at Lucy Junior. The tall one of Lucy, one of the air layers I made from Lucy, because we still got people in the house working. We got people sleep. So we ain't gonna walk in the house. We're gonna respect the privacies of the peoples. I'll be right back in about 30 seconds. Guess it's not 30 seconds. Put my little chest hold on. Get it a little tight. Alright. We're gonna get y'all up out of here. Gonna put y'all up in here. So now I'm hands free, baby. Now everybody gonna get motion sickness, baby. My bad, peeps. Alright, we'll save the tiller for last. Only because, if it does start to rain, it ain't gonna kill it if it's getting wet while I'm moving it. You know what I'm saying? But this electrical stuff, we're gonna not mix electrical and water. We're gonna not do that. Hey, AB, hey, Wasp, whatever you are. Let's see if we can, let's see if we can somewhat, how is this thing running? Okay. I think I remember. We're gonna just hit this thing with some loose loops. Come on, man. Oh. So we can get to the business at hand of propagating trees. Making more trees, baby. So yeah, we are air layering the Kadota fig today. And we probably gonna air layer the Delta fig too. I plan on putting these figs in the ground come spring. So this winter, fall, winter, I'll be digging planting holes and amending planting holes. So let's turn this way. Let's see if we can make this easy. So yeah, we're gonna take some air layers. That's what those, ooh, looking on my chest is kind of weird. That's what those are, them little black pots over there. Air layers from mulberry and different kinds of figs. We have to make our own tree. I mean, we don't have to. We choose to make our own trees from stuff that we have. When we making trees to sell for the market, we air layer. I'm hoping next year to see a bunch of change in the orchard. They are now somewhere where they get at least about 8 hours of light. It's not consistent because I think about where them blue buggers are at about 2:30. I think they're catching shade from like that tree or that tree. But then the sun doesn't move. We move. And then the sun comes back to the garden for the evening until it ducks off. All right. I appreciate y'all patience for this. Hey, so how y'all doing? Y'all have a good weekend. What y'all weekend was like? You know what I'm saying? What that garden look like? Do you have a garden? What you growing? Do you want to grow? I like talking plants. Whew. Don't knock nothing over like the water table. We're going to have to make a toss here because not stepping on the concrete. Yes, I am 1 foot. Now my right ankle going to be hurting. All right, so let's see. We'll take the stand just in case we decide to stand some stuff up. But, all right. We got that taken care of. Still kind of setting up. My bad, people. I'm not sure if we're going to need this, but we're going to start over here with this fig. We're gonna start with this Kadota. And we are going to move. You know what? Let's not. I got the important stuff, like I said, right? We'll move the tiller if it starts to rain. All right. Now that we have this, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna mix this up, of course, right? Mix the old with the new. Pull out some of the stems and the stuff that was left over. Try to throw it in the compost. All right, and this is just how we recharge our old soil. Add a little bit of new soil with it, lighten it up a little bit, and add some nutrients to it. Blood meal, bone meal, earthworm castings, and some azomite. Azomite is crushed rock, so it's rock minerals, trace elements. Not a lot of it is needed for the plants. And honestly, I probably put like, I don't know, probably put a small handful of compost and probably 2-3 tablespoons of bone meal, blood meal for the rest of this. It should be enough. Should be enough. Feels good. Feels good. Right. Feels light and fluffy. Now, I don't know what's the time frame for making air layers, honestly. I know you pretty much start early in the spring because most of the time you want to try to get that tree air layered as soon as possible so you can get it in the ground to take advantage of the growing season. But considering we don't have a greenhouse, but we can move these inside to the garage to where it's a tad bit warmer than outside, we can get them to live. And figs live outside, just that first year, maybe two. That first year I wouldn't chance, especially if it hadn't been growing all season. That's what happened with us. We had some new air layers, and I left them outside, and half of them died. Live and you learn. That's when I learned. First year air layers, y'all come in the house like the tropical type trees. All right, we have everything we need, I think, and we're gonna hop mosey on out here. And we're gonna start talking about air layering this fig tree. We're gonna air layer some more too. Like, let me see, am I looking at it? That one right there? That's a Delta fig. It came from the Delta. And so we're gonna do some stuff to that one because I'm gonna put these in the ground so now I'll be able to straighten them up. But let me put this down. Cop squat. Get real comfortable. And we're gonna talk about this. All right, let's talk about it. All right, I'm gonna take my chest first so I can see what y'all see. All right, now here's what we're doing. Now, this fig is growing straight up. I don't like the center part. I try not to have anything growing through the center of a tree, of my trees, unless it needs to be that way. I'm pretty sure there are trees that don't like the main central leader being cut out, but these are not those. So what I want to do is take this out so I can open up the middle of the tree. And we're gonna take this, we're gonna air layer it once, right up in this area. And then it's gonna hopefully take a month. During the summer, the other ones took like exactly 30 days. So it probably were ready before then, but that's just when I checked it. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna air layer up in this area to remove this whole branch to make it a plant. And then we're gonna air layer it again, unless it has become fall and the sap stops flowing. I mean, all the leaves gonna fall off, and then we're gonna propagate it the old school way, and that just be clipping about 6 to 8 inches of it, putting it in some soil, keeping it moist, and letting it do its thing. Like I want to see if I can get 3 trees out of here, but I don't want to put 3 air layers on one branch. I don't know what'll happen, and I don't want to try with this tree. Maybe I'll try with another one, because I want to have more of these. And so we gonna take our cups, just this one. Oh, I already got stuff made up. Let's go. So this is what we do with the cup. We take the cup, split the cup on the side, split the cup on the bottom. We X the cup at the bottom, right? That's gonna go around the branch after we fill it with soil. Then we take our little, these are just pieces of a Ziploc bag that I cut. We're gonna put that across the top, similar to this fashion. Cut a slit in it. Actually, I learned to cut a slit in it for the branch and cut some more holes in it to make it easier for when I have to make sure it stays watered. And we're gonna duct tape that down. Oh, the last thing I didn't do, I did not bring any aluminum fur. The last thing we're gonna do is wrap it in aluminum foil. The foil helps ensure a dark environment so the roots will want to grow. So let's go ahead and get this started. I don't even have to make as much as I thought. But we're gonna do several of these. We're gonna put several air layers on that fig right there. We're gonna put several of them on there. Low branches that are close to the ground. I want my fig tree to have a single branch, not look like a multi-branch shrub. Now, I'm not gonna cut this one off right now. This is too low, honestly. It will probably get cut off more than likely. It's gonna be a while, honestly. I'm sitting here thinking about it and how it's gonna grow, because it's gonna grow open. Once this is gone, it's gonna be a branch point. It's right behind this branch. You can't really see. Let me lean. It's gonna be pointing that direction, one that direction, one that direction, one this direction, and then this one going that direction. That's about 4 or 5 what I call scaffolding branches that go out to the side. 4 is a good number. We may end up getting rid of this one too. Not right now though, because it's low to the ground, and I want it to be a tree. I want it to look like a tree. So we're gonna see. Hopefully, if I'm lucky, I can get this to be about a 7, 8 foot tree in the end, keep it around that size. Because I'm a short dude. Can't have nothing 8, 9 feet tall. I'm not trying to get on the ladder to harvest anything. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna test fit this thing. Let's see, y'all. I'm gonna test fit this thing to see where I need to. Jesus, it's not where I need to make the air layer. One of the last times I did this, I forgot to secure the bottom part of the cup, and so my air layer slid. So, so when I checked it, the whole part where I made the air layer was just scabbed over. So I re-scraped it up. That's the Beers Black I did yesterday, as a matter of fact. Moved the air layer up, put a clothespin to stop it from moving, and probably about a month later, it finished roots. If you checked out my Insta, I suck at this with 2 extra S's. So that's THISSS. I posted a pic of that air layer. But I think this is cool. They can't go any further down. So what I'm gonna do is start my air layer somewhere around up in the middle of this cup, right up in there. All right. So let us see. Let us see. It's always different every time. Just the same overall steps. Just how we achieve those steps look a little different every time. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let y'all see what I'm doing, and we're gonna fill this with some soil. Does it need to be full? Nah, probably about half full, honestly. Let's do this. Yeah, let's see if we can do this like half full, and we'll add soil when we need to. Now what we need to do is start our cut. We're gonna grab out the little garden knife. And oh man, not my little plant tape. I wish I had like a plant tape dispenser. That would be annoying. But I'm also tired of this thing just everywhere. Alright, alright, alright. Let's go. Let's go. First thing I'm gonna do is grab an alcohol wipe. And we are going to clean this knife. We're gonna make sure we don't spread any germs before we don't want to kill it before we start it. Right? So we're just gonna get us a little clean. Because please believe, this thing only gets clean when doing this. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. That is not true. I clean it some other times too. Especially if it starts to get sticky when I'm opening it. You don't want to open or close one-handedly. Alright, alright, alright. Cool. That's done. Now, hey baby. Yes, I talked to my plants. You know, I have not named this feed. You know what? I just named this feed. This is Cody the Kadota. I like my names to kind of mimic what they are. Makes it easy. Like oregano is called Reagan. Oregano. Alright, where did I say when we're gonna put this? Uh-oh, radio. Uh-oh, radio. I don't remember. Let's just test fit it again. Wait. Let me make sure y'all. We're gonna just test fit this again. Ain't no point in it. You know, we ain't no hurry. Yeah, so that's what I thought, right up in here. Okay, cool. So we're gonna put this air layer right up in there. We're gonna try to cross this little section where leaves or fruit will grow at. Alright, now that I done put my knife in the dirt. Good job, genius. Good job. We're gonna hit this thing again. Good job, genius. Now the first things first. Oh, my little stick is in the way. Let me slide a bit closer. Let's not put that back in the dirt. Alright, let's see. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna ring this thing. Ring. Alright, so we're gonna start at the bottom and then we're gonna go up. And so it's just, we're not trying to cut through the branch, we're just trying to break the bark, the skin. We're trying to cut down through the cambium layer. Oh, and this is a fig. Figs drop this little white latex when the sap is flowing. And so it says it's a skin irritant and it will blister you. I hadn't had that. I guess we're gonna see today though. Yes, we gonna see. I don't think I'm immune to it or anything like that. It's just, well, no, what else? Let's see what happens. I kind of had to see it, you know what I'm saying? So I know how cautious to be of it. We're gonna loop it at the bottom, loop it at the top. That's probably a good inch, more or less. That's about, from there to there is about an inch, more or less. Of course, depending on the size of your hands. Take a ruler, tape measure, measuring tape if you so. No, yeah, measuring tape if you so, and mark it out and see. But it's roughly about an inch. All right. Now I'm being careful. I'm trying to cut the bark without trying to go through the branch. It's not like it's difficult, but just want to be careful. All right. And once we get both of those ringed, hopefully I ringed them deep enough to get down through the cambium layer to make peeling this off easier. All right. So I think that's good. I'm being excessive. And I am using the serrated part just because it's a little bit easier and I don't have to use as much pressure. All right, now that we have the two rings, we're gonna straight down the middle. Now be careful because I'm pushing. Be careful when you're doing this because you're pushing this knife. You don't wanna let it slip and cut your finger or your hand. So I kind of just guide it down. I'm really just holding it with my right hand and pressing down with my left arm to make it move. And once we do that, we try to get up in here like that. Get up in here like that. Wait. Right. And we're gonna just try to slide it down the side. Right? And peel it off. And it should peel off fairly easy. Look at that. Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this. Cat drinking milk out doggone bowl. Got a little part at the back that didn't cut. That's not bad. Look good. Look good. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And this is just, see how that just peels off? That's what we want right there, baby. Yeah. Now what we're gonna do is just take the knife and we're just gonna give it a little roughing. Now what we're doing with the roughing is trying to make sure we break the cambium layer to make sure that the plant can no longer, that this branch, not the plant, this branch can no longer receive nutrients from the main part of the plant. So what it's going to do is basically kind of slow down the nutrient flow. I mean, because it's still being fed by the plant, it's still connected to the plant. But putting this gap here, this is going to want to heal over. But since we got this gap here, so it can't really get nutrients up here to heal it over, it's going to start growing roots. And it's going to be dark. It's going to think it's been buried. So that's what we're going to do. We got that done. And now this part. Now I don't use any rooting hormone or anything. It's just straight there, straight this, bam. Just like that. Okay, that worked out. Then what we're gonna do is, I ain't really know how this is gonna go. We're gonna go ahead and grab a piece of duct tape to close this cup. And then we're gonna add some more soil. Need another little square, a little rectangle. And we're gonna try to fit the bottom of this cup over like that to kind of give it a lip to close. We're gonna hit it with one of these. Ooh, wop, shabam. Wait, not that small. We don't want it that small. Let's do it like this. Yeah. Yeah. And we'll add a little bit more add some soil up in here. Now we're not really gonna pack it in here at all. I'm just gonna lightly. Yeah. I don't want it to be tight, but I don't want any air pockets either. You know what I'm saying? So this is my little dibbler. We're gonna just grab a stick off the ground and kind of just poke. We're just trying to get the soil to settle up in this cup. So once I water it, the water's gonna help push out all the air pockets. I wanna make sure there's enough soil not to leave gaps, air gaps. The roots ain't gonna, the air layer is not gonna be successful if it receives air. The roots are not gonna wanna grow. It's gonna more than likely wanna scab over. That's what happened with the last one. The last one went under the soil. The whole spot I took my time to scrape off, it just healed over. So I re-scraped it, put it on some soil. There we go. That's cool. Now we're gonna take the what I call the lid, and we are going to cut a slit in it and cut some holes. So we're gonna slit it from the middle. Wait, y'all would like to see this, I'm sure. Just like that, and then we just gonna kind of not try to go through it, but safely poke some holes in this thing without poking holes in myself. We're gonna see how that works. That's 3 little holes in the main little slit, which the main little slit probably ain't big enough, but what else? It's plastic, it tears, it cuts easily. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab a piece of paper too. We're gonna try to put this over here like this. So let's make sure that's long enough. Now, there are a bunch of different ways you can do this. All the processes are very similar. The materials that you use to do it are different. They make an air layering little device. It's probably, I don't know, I never bought it, $20, $30. That's plastic. Same thing, a little molded cup. Put the soil in that little ball, close it, zip tie it closed. Has a little spout you can water through the top. It's great. But at the same time, these cups from the dollar store cost $1. The soil we have. Now, we can't reuse it like the other. But I like the DIY thing. Man, MacGyver used to be my show when I was a kid. Oh, that's not quite big enough. Barely. You don't have to make that. Got a little. Oof. Just oof. That was horrible. Maybe not. Like, this doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, the goal with this is twofold. One, you want to put something across the top to stop the evaporation, you know what I'm saying? To slow down the evaporation, right? That's what this plastic is for. 2, you don't want anything or the soil to fall out for any reason. So you need to cup it. All right, we'll put a little piece of tape on here to keep this closed. And Then once we do, can y'all see what I'm doing? Let me see what I'm doing. Let me do this like this. Bam. Now we're gonna tape this cup. Tape this plastic to the cup. We're gonna try just something simple. Just right on that edge, right around that lip. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? Do the same thing on the other side. Now we're gonna put this on the edge of the plastic first. Then we'll be able to use the tape to kind of stretch this plastic. Oh yeah, I love it when the plan come together, big. We'll do the same thing for the sides. Like as you can see these two sides here, like little dog ears. We'll do the same thing. So I need 2 more pieces. Yeah, that one kind of, you know what I'm saying? That one kind of easy. Oh, I shouldn't even say it there. I know Murphy listening. No Murphy law. Murphy law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Not today though. Not today. Murphy, you have no mouth. Murphy, you are not welcome here. Such a geek. All right, last side. You know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I'm finna go get some water and some aluminum foil. Like I don't wanna. I want to be able to show this process in its entirety. And the only thing that's missing right now is watering it and wrapping it up in some aluminum foil. So give me a hot second. Oh, and let me go get that stuff. Water's on the patio. We got some foil in the house somewhere. Alright. Ain't a way to put y'all on like blind. Not like blind, y'all. Let's see. Do flip, highlight. Oh, highlight video. Does it don't work? Does it work? It did, didn't it? It turned y'all off for a second, didn't it? We're gonna turn y'all off. Now I'm gonna just keep looking at the floor. In case somebody is walking around in here. Uh-oh, you don't like looking like that though. Let's turn this. I'll be right back, people. Alright. That wasn't too painful for you guys, I hope. Let's see, how we gonna do this? Let's use this. And then this water has some K&F inputs in it. We were using it to water that new little elderberry tree. We got an elderberry tree finally. Because we finna learn how to keep it alive. Hold on. Alright, that should be enough. That should be enough little juice, little juice. Now when it comes to watering this thing, I'm gonna be for real. The schedule I have is I try to water the air layer when I water the plants. And I try to water the plants twice a week. The ones in the buckets though, in the containers, they may get more frequently. They may get watered more frequently depending on the weather. If it's hot, 90s plus, then they're gonna get a little bit more water. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna give this thing a little juice. You need to give it a drink. And what you're trying to do is saturate the medium. And that's the soil and stuff that you're planting, that you're using to air layer. Now you're gonna spill more than you're gonna get in here. Now when I'm watering these, I usually just use the water hose or the watering can, and I'm just adding water here till it starts to gush out the bottom. Then I water the plant. Then I add a little bit more water. Because the medium can only absorb so much moisture at a time. So, you know what I'm saying? Most people will water their plants till they see water gushing out and think they're done. Once you do that, you should wait 3 to 5 minutes to let the soil absorb whatever it's going to absorb, and then add some more water. Because what's happening is that the soil absorbs at a certain rate, and it's probably going to be faster. I mean, it's going to be slower than we're pouring, right? So most of the water is going to not be absorbed and just flow out the bottom. And as I'm doing this, I can feel it's getting heavier too. Oh, we got good drip now. Wish you could feel it. All right, so now that that's done, we are going to wrap it up. That should be good enough. way more than. Alright. And it's just real. This is the difficult part right here. I'm lying. You know what? That is kind of big. Can we throw this almost in half? Yeah. And see if we can get this round shell. Oh yeah, big. Oh yeah, big. Ain't gotta be nothing perfect. Now what I like to try to do at the top is I try to make like a little mouth. So when I'm watering, you know what I'm saying? But I also don't want to let no light in here. So I kind of squish it around the top and pull this out. Because I can squish it like this to keep the sun out. But it's not airtight. It's still to let water in here. So it's kind of like making myself a little watering funnel as I do this. Now I'm gonna be for real. It's just aluminum foil now. So when I go to water it, I do have to hold it like here and then water because sometimes the weight of the water just deform the aluminum foil. All right, that's cool. That's a successful air layer. We ain't gonna put no tape on it. Crinkling it should be fine. And I'm gonna be for real. After about 3 weeks, your boy gonna start looking through the top of it, looking down on the top, trying to see if I can see roots on the soil, on the surface. All right, now that that's done, let's shift. Let's shift to the Delta Fig. All right, Kadota, baby. You got a job to do. We need you to grow roots in about a month. Yes, yes, we know. We know. You can do it. You've done it before. You can do it. You got faith in you. Now this fig here, this next one is gone. I don't know how many air layers I'm gonna put on this one just yet. Because when I put it in the ground, there's certain things I want to happen, right? I've already told you guys I want my figs to grow like trees. Right. Now, will that always happen? Nah. Some of them just won't get right. And that's cool. But we're going to try to the best of our abilities to get it to do what we want it to do. Let's get this here without breaking it. All right. Let's see what we have here. Now, this fig is going to have a good bit of stuff to come off it, right? For one, this little one right here will not be here. It's too low. All right, and then I'm thinking in the future when I'm looking at these trees, because technically I'm making air layers to make more trees, but I'm doing it with the material that I will cut off the tree anyway. If that makes any sense. I'm trying to prune the tree. If it's not dead or diseased, then we can use it to propagate. So for me, in shaping this tree, I'm going to use the cuttings to make more figs. I'm just not going to cut them. It's going to be air layers. Then it'll be gone. All right. So with this one, this will be the main stalk, right? So you can see it's kind of leaning. But once I put this in the ground, I'll be able to, you know what I'm saying, make it plumb. So these lower branches are going to need to go. Like this one here, there's two of them back here, and there's two of them back here. Matter of fact, all of those are going to go. And they're at the soil line for one. You know what I'm saying? That is the reason. If you leave these, this is no, it's not going to grow like a tree. It's going to grow like a multi-branch shrub. That's what it wants to do anyway. It's going to send up suckers almost every year, from my understanding. And we just need to maintain them. If you want to maintain the height of your tree, you don't have to. I mean, you can put this thing on the side of your house and let it get as tall as your house. I've seen them. So that's what we're going to do. With here, we're going to probably put several air layers on this one. Definitely going to put one right here, but we're not going to put it down here. This pipe is going to block. We're going to put it up here. Because even though we put it up here on this branch, we can cut it down here. All right, so we're going to put this air layer right up here to where it sits comfortable against this watering pipe. Now over here, what we're going to do is we're going to put this air layer on this side. It's going to be difficult to put it down in this pot. We're going to put it up here, same thing. Then we're going to put one. Ooh. We're going to see how close we can put these together. This one I might be able to put down further. We're going to see how this one fits first. It should. You know what? That should work. This one will be able to sit right up here, and then the other one will be able to sit above it up there. All right, all right. Then this one here, these two, we're going to see they're crossing. First of all, I wouldn't keep these two branches because they touched. See how they cross? They rub against each other. They're gonna just create two wounds. So in pruning, you remove dead and diseased stuff first. Any branches that cross another branch next. And for me, any branches that's growing toward the center of the plant, I remove. I'm trying to keep the center open for light airflow and a place where I can step in to actually harvest stuff from the inside of the tree. Um, that's not my idea. Saw that from somebody on YouTube. He called it a harvest nook. I like that idea. I do. So these two back here, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do these. They're gonna be so close. You know what? You know what? This is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. The bottom one I'm gonna cut off and just stick in some soil to get it to root. Like I would when the plant doesn't have leaves. It's the wrong time of year for that. So we probably gonna try to baby that one, and then the other one I earlier. So I should be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 air layers off here. This one, we gonna wait. We gonna wait until the end of the season. I mean, cause it's kind of small. You kind of want them to be about pencil size. Um, you know what? We gonna wait on this one, but we probably gonna put an air layer on this one though, because this I don't want this one to stay here. It's growing off this main branch. I want this branch here to stay, but I don't really want this to stay right there. Because as you can see right here, this is gonna be gone. This will be what I call my harvest nook. Matter of fact, wait a minute. All of this gonna be gone now. Think about it. I gotta wait. I got to re-envision what this plant gonna look like without all this stuff. So okay, this will be just the side of the tree that's gonna stand up. Okay, so we'll be reshaping this tree. This right here end up going. So hopefully, if this keeps growing, then I'll try to cut it down up in here and see if we can get this whole little thing to become another tree. Just trying to prune this thing. You prune it for shape and production. All right, I think that's good. I think we have a working plan. So first, let's. Oh my God, I had to be sitting there. Ants, I'm surprised they ain't got me yet. We ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. We're gonna use another alcohol wipe. This is the last tree we'll be air layering today. Yeah. Alright, now that we have that clean-ish, we're gonna hit this number here. All right, now how many air layers we about to put on so I can go ahead and get all my cups ready? We're gonna do 1 here, 2, 3, 4. So let's see, we should have 4 cups. We should have some cups. All right. I'm gonna cut an X at the bottom without cutting myself, hopefully. And we're gonna try to follow this cup where it naturally was put together at. It's fun. I've never been so scared to cut paper in my life. I'm pretty sure I had some scissors when I was in the garage doing this the last time. Girl, come on. You can do it without poking your finger. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and make up all 4 of these so I can try to just choop, 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 and go. Will this cut through all these at one time? Why not, right? It's a knife. All right. Now all of these are not lined up. Yeah, let's do it.
rocking that thing. See that? See, that's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why I ain't, let's just do it like this. I ain't trying to cut myself today. Any other day, honestly. I definitely should grab scissors. All right, that's two. Get off me, boo. Trying to figure out what'll be the easiest way to. Let's try that like that. I'm always trying to work out processes while I'm doing things. I'm doing it some random way, trying to figure out a more efficient way while I'm doing it. I think I might have just found the winner. And hold it like that. I ain't got to put a lot of pressure on that. That way, if this thing does slip, I'm not using a lot of force. That's likely to cut me. All right, let's practice that one more time. I kind of like that one. So we hit this thing with one of these. You get a hole. Put that in there like that. And we just let's use the serrated part. It's easier. And just kind of, bam. Oh yeah, babe. Oh yeah, babe. Oh yeah, that's it right there. I like it. I like it. I like it. Now that's easy. Make it like I know what I'm doing. Make it like I know what I'm doing. All right. Get through this little thick part. My bad. I got y'all on extreme close up. My bad, people. My bad. Come on. Let go, buddy. Don't give up the ghost. Don't give it up, buddy. Right. There we go. All right. Let's just do 4 of these. We just did 4 of these. Let's put this up. I think we have 4 pieces of plastic. Oh yeah, we should. That's a corner piece. That's a piece. That's a piece. That's a piece. Okay, yeah, we good. We good. 1, 2. We split these 2, be 4. All right, and bang. All right, let's. Just go ahead and poking in the watering holes. I guess you can call them that. Makes it easy to water. So water ain't just trying to get through that little center slot as I'm watering. All right, now let's see where we're gonna put this first air layer. That should probably go somewhere up in here. Trying to put it down as far as it wants to fall. Like now I gotta press it. So right up in here. So somewhere up in here should be a good little spot. All right. So we're gonna ring the top, ring the bottom. Got that latex on me. Let me get this off my finger just in case this stuff really does cause some kind of chemical burn or whatever kind of burn it is. Hope y'all can see what's going on because right now I can't see my phone. Okay, y'all can see what's going on. Same process as last time. Ring it through the cambium down to like close to the bark. And then let's make sure. Like it never hurts to recheck, triple check. Where we want to stop this one at? That's as low as it wants to go. That's up kind of high. I think I'm going to use a clothespin on this one to be 100% certain. Because I kind of feel like that thing is going to shift once it gets a little weight on it. Right. Did not think about how difficult it was going to be to get this knife. Oh, I can kind of move this branch. Why am I tripping? I feel like this thing just super rigid. All right. Let's see if we can take care of this. Oh, I got an ant on me. Oh, I got several ants on me. Get off me. Oh, man, am I sitting on an ant hill? I don't know, but y'all been pretty nice. Keep being nice and don't bite me. Again. Y'all pretty nice about me sitting on y'all house. Alright. Can we get this thing to peel? Bird. Oh, I ain't cut down through here enough, it seems. There we go. Oh, yeah, babe. Oh, yeah, babe. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's get around this thing. I don't think we made that cut. I don't think we made that deep enough over here. Alright. Just about there. Alright. I like it. I like it. I like it. Now that we have that ringed, we're going to hit this with a little scraper action. Make sure everything's set up. All the stuff that don't need to be there ain't there. Alright, we can call that done. And we don't really have to wipe this off again. We stand with the same tree. But that stuff is sticky though. Okay, now that we have that, let's have field. Alright, now that we have that, let's get this wrapped around. I'm gonna make sure that's like in the middle of that cup. That's like a good position right there. Now, oh, let me go get this clothespin. Where did I put that clothespin? It's over here somewhere. Look at my LSU fig. Had to get that thing of water and tray. Now, I don't want you growing through the net though, buddy. Don't put your figs. Uh-oh. My bad, people. Don't put your figs through the net. LSU fig looking pretty good. And I could have sworn that I had that clothespin. I did. With him. I did. Alright, let's get back through here. Alright, let's see. We're going to just put this. We're attaching this to the branch right up underneath the cup. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to look kind of like that, but just underneath the cup. And that's to hold this thing in place. Alright, a little bit more soil. Alright, that's good. Get a little duct tape to close up the slit. Alright. That's a done deal, somewhat. Alright, and let's double. Make sure the soil is lightly packed in here. We don't need you in there though. Get out of there. Make sure I'm not forcing that down while I'm using that little pressure. Alright. We're gonna call that good. And then, and then, and then we're gonna have a piece that we prepped. Alright. Oh yeah, baby. That don't look bad at all. So we're gonna need like 5 pieces of tape, right? 4 longer ones and a short piece to close it. So let's do this. Let's see if we can just get these things ready. Mm, I will put the duct tape on top of the other duct tape. And then I will fold this over itself. Not playing with that. Well, let's do this. We're gonna go with this. We're gonna put this one like this. Uh-oh. My bad, people. I didn't realize I was catawampus off to the side. So we're gonna put that back on there like this. And then go. Sit, boo boo, sit. Good boy. I hope that works. Then we're gonna put this one here, put to the back. Go. 2 more for each, 1 for each side. Then we are done with this air layer. Alright. Last one. Then we're going to get the plant juice and some aluminum foil. Aluminum foil. Get some of that foil. Same thing. Like that. Start putting it on the inside. Just trying to see if it makes a difference. Let's go get this juice. This plant juice. Give me that plant juice. Alright, plant juice. Alright, let's move this out of the way. What time is it? I tell you what, when we finish this one, we're gonna kind of, I'm gonna call this fair. I'm gonna finish the rest of these this afternoon. Yeah, we're gonna finish this one, and then we're gonna go walk around. I need to pick some okra. It's just these angles though, bro. See, that be the only thing when they lean. Can we get enough water in there, liquid in there? Oh yeah, we can. Oh yeah, baby. You're gonna water through the slits, it seems. That's why they there. Yeah, I don't know why I act like I can't rotate this now. Now you don't want, you know what? Let me say this. Because I said something about rotating. You don't want to rotate that. Like I can rotate it now to get it all watered, but you do not want to make it a habit of rotating. You're gonna spin off all your roots if you do that. All it's green roots. So please do not spin this thing. All right, we're gonna put this. Alright. We're going to close up this to block out the sun. Create a little watering opening. Alright. Cool. Alright. And that is air laying a Kadota fig. We will check these things on stream. Probably not every day. Some days make sure they're watered. After about, I don't know, 3 weeks, we'll start checking for roots. Now these are gonna stay right here because I'm gonna put in some work right here. But we're gonna move around a little bit. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Stepping on stuff, stepping on stuff, stepping on stuff. Always stepping on stuff. All right, cool. Let's go. Let's go back here and check this okra patch. Um, we're gonna see what okra need to be harvested. It'll be time for me to get up off here. Oh yeah. Morning, babies. How y'all doing? I got some food for daddy. Y'all do? That's what's up. I have ants on my toes. Or just something biting or something sticking me. Alright, y'all. You know, you looking good. Decent size. Let you get a little bit bigger by this afternoon. Oh, but you coming with me though. Yes, you are. Yeah. Good job. You guys are doing a great job. Yeah. Yep. Reaper appreciates your service. He does. Yes. Yes, he does. Appreciate it. Come feed the family. Now some of these, you know what? Let's get this, cause this is for me. This is good eating size. I ain't even gonna lie. Like this is just about, but that's good eating size to me. I mean, they can be bigger. I'm gonna just be for real. Until I grow a variety that I know is good when it gets big, I tend to kind of get them on the smaller side to make sure they are tender. Tender. All right, I almost cut that stem. You gotta be careful. Let's get these okra. Let's get some of these okra out of here. Look at all these pretty flowers. Like I said, I like to harvest my okra on the smaller side. Like this, honestly, for Clemson spiners, this is about like as big as I like to let it get. That's just me. They do get harder, tougher the older they are. Man, this okra is over my head, bro. Now, let me do this. Let me flip a ripper. Now, well, of course it looks over my head. Bruh. Almost got 6 foot okra. Flip it, ripper. Hey, flip it. Flipper, ripper. Put that back in the pot. Finish getting this done. Alright. Where was I? Where did I leave off at? Harvest some of this okra eats. How much is it? Let's see. What's that? Bang. Alright. And my okra forest. Now, okra is a skin irritant. Like it will irritate your skin. I mean, for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to bother me that much. I'm usually out here, like I said, in a shirt. And it's not that bad. Like, I don't like nothing in my face though. So when they see it poking me, popping me in the face, that's annoying. And as I'm coming through here, I'm always looking for lower leaves to pop off as well. I'm trying to, and I just cut that by mistake. This is why you close your pruners when you're not using them. And it's a chop and drop. You just drop them right there. All right, still got ants. I don't know why ants like okra so much, but they do. Ants and aphids. And I had an issue with aphids. I mean, I said issue with aphids. It ain't like they killing the plants, but it's been several plants they've been all over. I've been spraying them with, a solution that has dishwashing liquid in it. And I also just been spraying them off the plant. You know what I'm saying? Just a water hose, jet of water. Just knock them off the plant. It seems to do a decent job too. And the ants are going to, ooh, y'all looking at. The ants are going to farm the aphids. And I mean, like we farm livestock and stuff, the ants do the same thing with the aphids because the aphids create a honeydew out their butts that the ants like to eat. It's full of sugar. And so they'll protect the aphids. Bring them onto the plant, protect the aphids. Like let me show you. Let me see if you can get this on a close up. Because I'm just passing by some aphids. Man, a face cook. Get out my face, Craig. Right up in here. Can we zoom in on that? Oh, can we make that a little bit more? No, I don't want you to focus on that. Focus on this. This. No. No. You don't want to do it. Let's see if we can get that to do. But it was working. I think I messed it up. Hold on. One more time. One more time. Can we get this thing to focus a bit? soon as you move in too close. Oh, you know what? It's probably this right here. Hold on. It's probably the point of I need to put my hand behind here to block that. Yeah, you see that? It's coming in and out of focus, bro. Hold on. Can we? Can we? Those are little aphids, right? Now the tips are burned probably because the solution that I use to spray them probably had too much dishwashing liquid in. I think I had a tablespoon per gallon. I think I'm gonna back that up to 2 teaspoons. I think that's what's causing that. That little burn on the tips of the leaves. All right. Any kind of deformed okra. You know what? I have been just picking it off and dropping it, but you know what? I'm gonna quit doing that because we're gonna make okra powder. And because they're deformed, don't mean you can't eat them. It means we probably won't sell them because we know we buy with our eyes as well. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just keep those for the house to turn them into okra powder. Or maybe we'll use them for okra water. Oh my God, all these ants on my hand. Boy, y'all are on some nice stuff today, bro. Y'all hadn't been me yet, and y'all usually bite me every day. Now I don't finna get attacked out and say that. Alright. So let me make sure we zoom back out. I ain't trying to have y'all on these close-ups all the time. Yeah, we got some deformed ones. I'm gonna come back out here and get, just so the plant doesn't keep putting energy into a deformed pod. Taking off some of these lower leaves that are yellowing. Ooh, wait, this is just okra, baby. This is what I was not looking forward to. Having to do this twice a day. No complaints though. Not in the, oh, we got a red period. Let me get down here in the understory of this okra. Come on, baby, don't break your leaf. Let me get down here in the understory. Yeah. The period is starting to turn red. Oh, y'all can't. Let me get in here like this. They starting to turn red. Oh yeah, big. Now this plant would have probably gotten bigger had I not planted amongst these giants. But I cannot complain at how well it is doing. Whew. This is the tree. That's the tallest part back here. This is the lowest part of the garden that they're in. Lowest part of their patch. And they're the tallest. All right. Everything's everything. Ooh. Excuse me. All right, that's good. Now with some more okra in the front part of the garden. Yeah, but we'll get them. We'll get them later. We're gonna go ahead and call this. Just notice the time. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna flip a ripper. Hey, I appreciate whoever came through, who hung in. And that's air layering fig trees. Tomorrow we will be back with something else. What? I don't know just yet. It really depends on what I have going on today, this evening, and where I get to with that. I would love to just do a whole project with you guys, but we only have an hour. Some of the stuff will take forever if I'm only doing an hour at a time. So we just pick up. Oh, and I did want to show you guys the cukes. The cukes. Look at the cukes. We're going to go ahead and harvest some of these because that's ready. That's a pickling. That's ready. You pull that off. This one down here is, we'll get out a little bit more time. This one here. Why is some of them so zoomed in? That's good. We're going to go ahead and grab that one. I can't pull it off with my left hand. Let's try it with the right. There we go. That's two nice cukes. Is anything on the other side? I'm not like you. Yeah, I grew up on the other side. No silver spoon. I had to struggle for my dollar sign. Let's see. We'll let this one fatten up down here. And look, we even got a few little loofah. Go loofah, go loofah, go loofah. And I thought I just saw some aphids. These look like aphids. These are aphids. You see them little black spots? Those are aphids. We'll have to deal with those. How far are they? I mean, 'cause we need to deal with them, but I'm gonna be for real. If it's just that one spot, you know what I'm saying? And considering that'll be the easiest thing for the moment, just to pop off that leaf. Now you ain't gonna want to do that all the time. You gonna mess around and get rid of all your leaves. But in this case, that's just one. I ain't in a position at the moment to go mix up nothing to spray them, and so we're gonna get rid of them. I pruned those up over the weekend, last week sometime. Um, just kind of trained them up and thinned them out, allows for some airflow. And right up in that area too, I saw a bunch of aphids that were underneath leaves and stuff. So we getting some yellow in here. Now that could mean that we need a little bit more nitrogen. Just need to be careful during this time when they're putting out fruit by giving them nitrogen. Nitrogen makes it want to grow leaves. So you have to kind of balance it out to where you want to give it enough nitrogen so it'll stay green and continue to grow, but you don't want to make it revert back to trying to grow green leaves and not fruit. Because too much nitrogen will retard fruit set. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Appreciate you guys for showing up. Look at my little piece of heaven. Ha ha. Love it. Appreciate you guys for showing up, man. Y'all know how this goes. Uh, what is that? It's a plane. Do the YouTube stuff, right? Like, share, subscribe, bell notification, all that stuff. Check out your boy on Instagram. I am on Instagram. I don't promote this stuff, but I need to start. On Instagram, I suck at this with two extra S's. ISUCKATTHISSS. All right. I guess that's it. Come holler at me at the farmers market if you're in the Jackson area, Jackson, Mississippi area. We're there on most Saturdays from 8 to 1. Come holler at us. Buy some, don't buy nothing. Shoot. Ooh. Come talk to us. Holler at us. We're also thinking about implementing a plant swap as well because, like I said, we've gotten a few plants from people and we want to encourage that. We like it. So, we're having a section of plants that are just for a plant swap. You know what I'm saying? Come there with a plant, leave with a plant. Drop a plant, get a plant. Like, we all about community. That's definitely our goal. So, all right, those are the things that we have going on. Thanks for hollering at your boy. Y'all know how this goes. Create more than you consume. Oh, I get no hands. You don't have to suck at this because I do. Y'all have a good one, all right? Peace.